I didn't date anybody for 23 years because of so many reasons that I may have to actually talk about today. Good evening, guys. Welcome to Dash of Colors. My name is Mimi, and today I will be talking about my relationship. Well, yes, kind of. So, I was single for 23 years. Yes, I'm 24. Yeah, so I was single for 23 years. I had a very biased opinion about relationships growing up. I felt they were more like distractions to one's purpose, to one's life. So even when I had numerous crushes, even when I have done crazy things just for my crushes, I still never got close enough to being in a relationship with any of them because I don't know. I'm a near perfectionist, so I try as much as possible not to entangle myself with things that would distract me from anything that I want. And I would say that it has actually helped me a lot because it helps me focus on school in particular. I didn't get distracted by men, even when I had tons of options, but I really did not want to go down that game because I felt I had something bigger that I was pursuing, even though I had zero vision of what career that I wanted to venture into eventually, given that I read international relations. But I just felt like it wasn't necessary to be in a relationship because every other person was being in a relationship. I agree that there were times when I felt like I was missing out on something. Even when I finally had my first relationship at 23, I actually tried to be the best I could for that relationship, even though it didn't work. And that's why I know that staying as long as 30 years or 20 or 15 to finally date or meet that one person isn't any guarantee that it was going to last. Because even when I gave all that I could for this relationship that I just got out of to actually work, it didn't work. Maybe because I wasn't good enough for him. But that's fine anyway. So the point here is I had to come back to my drawing table and then realize that I've gotten so used to being with somebody else that all those years I actually stayed on my own now feels like something impossible for me to do. Because it's like you've been with someone for 1 year and all through that 1 year you dropped every other thing that was significant to you just to be with that person. I feel that that was exactly what happened to me. Being the first time I was actually being in a real relationship, it made me lose guard on a lot of other things happening in my life. And I'm not saying that relationships are bad, but I feel like most of us have issues with balance because we really do not know how to balance a relationship and every other aspect of our lives, and the result is those other aspects tend to suffer more than the relationship itself. But I'm aiming to be in a better version of myself and probably focus on my personal development, both mentally, emotionally, financially. I've had a drawback that I always talk about in my podcast. So it's giving me the opportunity to actually reflect on my life, even though it makes me depressed sometimes, but it's giving me an opportunity to evaluate all the things that I have done in the past and how those things and how those things have literally hindered my growth. So, being single for 23 years, I really did not prepare to be in a relationship. I was more focused on getting done with school, launching deep into a good job, taking care of my parents, probably studying abroad afterwards. But after I left school, that was when I was 7, was the first time I actually had a relationship. and then it seemed like I threw away every other vision that I had. I focused so much on my relationship, even though every other thing was going on, but I really did not take them so seriously, because I know as at NYSC, I really promised myself that I was going to pursue a scholarship to leave Nigeria. But I was so careless about that. I really did not put in so much work, and my life suffered in every other aspect. So now when I got out of the relationship, I finally dawned on me that I really do not have any other thing going on for me. Like, that was all. And now that's not the kind of person I want to be. I want to be much more than whoever it is that I am in a relationship with. When I say this, I do not mean be better than him or anything. I mean, I need to be much more than a relationship. I wouldn't want people to validate my life based on the person that I am with. Yes, I make a joke about how much I need to marry a rich man. I still say it because I'm very serious about that aspect. But that doesn't mean that I need to fold or put my hands in my pockets while waiting for a man. I still need to go out there and figure out what life has for me as an individual. Then probably, maybe, just maybe, in the process of doing that, I bump onto someone that actually meets my fantasy. Then maybe we can actually deal. But this time around, no more rushing into relationships because I feel lonely. No more trying out people because I'm scared of being alone. No more trying to get into anything with anybody just because every other person seems to be doing it, and then probably my parents on the other hand are worrying me to get married at 24. I'm not going to succumb to all that pressure when I know that it's not working for me, when I know it's making me feel very depressed, and when I know that I've put my life on hold for these kind of things. So right now I'm focusing on learning balance, how to be a better person, and how to control emotions, work, and every other aspect of my life simultaneously. And I wouldn't want to do that by trying out different relationships. I feel like I need the time off a lot of things. If possible, like want a break out of my life. I just probably want to go somewhere where nobody knows me and probably stay for like 3 months and then come back to face all the demons I have going on right now. But even if that is not going to happen anyway, I'm still going to focus on personal development as much as I can. So guys, I would like to know what you think. Is it fair to be in a relationship when you have every other aspect of your life not going so well? Or how are you balancing relationships with every other thing? Career, your finances, your mental health, and then so many other aspects of your life. I'd like to know, because I really did not do well the last time. So I'd like to know what you're doing. Please share your thoughts with me. You can leave a comment anywhere you find my podcast. I'll be sure to reply. Be free to send me messages, send me an email. Thank you so much for listening. Kindly share with family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe. So turn on the notifications so whenever I upload, you'll be the first person to know. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Have a lovely day. All night.